You want
them niggas is followers. Needs to follow God. The fuck you follow?
He said follow God.
Yes, follow that. Follow some shit that's gonna get you somewhere good. Like,
okay, I feel you, man. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started, man. Welcome back to Go Talk TV, man. How have you been, sir?
Oh, I've been good.
You been good, man. All is well.
Yep, okay, all man. Is well.
All right, that's a bet, man. So, what have you been up to since we last talked, man? Just fill us in, bro. What's been up, man? I heard you had to go do some drills or some shit like that.
Yeah, National Guard, shit. It was like, from there was like the 16th to the 17th, which is like the preparation, and then it was 18th to the 7th.
Okay.
Or nah. Oh, really? It was to like the 7th or the 8th. Yeah, to the 8th.
Okay. So
we was just out there in Mississippi, Camp Shelby.
Oh, hot ass Mississippi, still down south. Still down south.
Yeah.
Okay. So what you was doing down there? What your training drills? Did you have to get back in shape? What's up?
Out in the scorching ass sun.
You be saying that shit, but I don't think you got the heart, man. You ain't got the eye of the tiger, man.
Oh, I definitely did. You would have fell out. You would have fell out like the mother niggas did over there.
You got me.
They fell out. I one of the only ones who ain't fall off in the heat. I'm too fucking black for that. I'm too black for that. You see, I look like falling out in the heat.
You see this motherfucking workout.
Heat. I belong in the heat.
No, you see this workout equipment, man. You better stop playing.
That's true. Why? AC inside. AC. I see you.
Hey, I ain't going.
You ain't in that scorcher.
Hey, well, workout is a workout whether AC going or not.
I mean, yeah, that's true. But
why would I purposely?
I mean, it's true, but
if AC is available, why would I not? Why would I not?
That's different when you out there in that fucking forest and wilderness and shit.
So why is it that did you feel that your fellow soldiers can't compare it to you? Can't.
I ain't say all that.
I didn't mean like
let me tell you something. Trying to play divide and conquer. Trying to play divide and conquer. I see you. You're not slick.
My god, that is funny.
But it was a good try. It was a good try.
Physically, they can't seem to hang with you.
I mean, they did their shit, but you know, a few of them fell. It's the same. It was gonna get shit. It would have got like most regular.
It's levels to the shit.
Yeah.
Go ahead and quote Meek Mill.
I ain't quote Meek Mill. I ain't quote nothing to do with no Meek Mill right now. I ain't quote nothing to do with no Meek Mill right now. I fuck with this shit back in like high school, in like college, like when I was first at college. Ladies and
gentlemen, we have us a Meek Mill fan on the couch. I'm just playing.
I ain't gonna say, but he got some shit though. He definitely got some shit. So
yeah,
niggas can't try to play like he ain't put together like some fire shit.
Yeah, he got some shit on
there. Like 2010s was like he had that shit like jumping.
Man, all right. So how do you remain in shape, man? How do you keep yourself in peak condition? Because it's not every day you go out there and do your training and stuff and this and that. So you gotta stay ready. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, definitely.
What things do you do to help yourself stay ready, man?
I mean, it does sure help to eat some organic, non-GMO food, you know, with the fruits, meats, and vegetables.
GMO.
Non-GMO, meaning it is not genetically modified. Ain't no funny shit happening in the lab with it.
Like broccoli or some shit.
Yeah, it ain't get tampered with. I mean, broccoli be getting tampered with. Like vegetables be getting tampered with.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like broccoli.
Like if you feel like it didn't really like energize you,
seedless watermelon.
Like if you eat it, but you feel like it didn't really energize you, like it was supposed to. There's a reason something got done to it.
Like seedless watermelon.
Yeah.
How the fuck you got the seeds out that motherfucker?
Exactly.
Something that grew.
Yeah, that's that funny shit. You probably ain't got the same amount of nutrients as the organic one.
Like. Just like how they said they clone Gucci Mane and Young Boy. That's they clone the watermelon.
It's crazy. People still trying to say they clone Gucci. That's some hating shit though.
Now, in order to clone,
he transformed his life, and you can't clone a nigga like Gucci.
An adult, you had to clone something.
There is one Gucci man. You can't clone
an adult. You got to clone something from the very beginning. You can't just pop out with.
I mean, there's niggas who try to be like Gucci, but it can't nobody like literally like clone.
Bro, I'm talking about literally.
Can't I don't believe nobody really. He transformed his life, but niggas just don't want to let people change.
You started to transform your life. Did you look at Gucci Mane as somewhat of an influence with that?
Gucci Mane is a trap nigga. I'm not influenced by.
He transformed his life though.
He did transform his life. That definitely. I think that's great.
Okay. You don't want to give Gucci Mane a shout out, man?
He a legend. He is a legend.
Okay.
He's a legend. I've been listening to him since like he blew up back when I was in like 5th grade. Oh, shit. He better 2010s to now than he was in the 2000s.
You listen to Gucci Mane in 5th grade?
Hell yeah! Like who was it? Like niggas was listening to Gucci Mane. Niggas was listening to Gucci Mane. Honestly, if you weren't, then you just weren't.
I think it was middle school when I was that him and Young Jeezy with that. So I said,
yeah, that's when I was in 5th grade. When they came out,
I am older than you. I was like, cause I wasn't in 5th grade when I heard that. I was like in middle school. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started, man. NBA YoungBoy faces over 63 felony charges and hit with $100K bail. You know he done bailed out with that shit.
How you only get $100K bail if you got that many felony charges? Like even just one of those is like really nothing.
You know the answer to this. All that money and fire ass lawyer.
But yeah, like that, fire ass lawyer plus you know.
You gotta think you got a label behind.
The label had so much invested in him because they know he's gonna make so much money. They ain't about to let him do no fucking real time for real.
And then think about it. You surprised about this time he'd have been let out of jail? Other times for worse.
The label people, I'm sure know the
but
court.
You know what he got?
They know the court. They know people in the court.
But you know what he got him though? Photo. That prescription shit.
Yeah, that impersonation.
Of a doctor and shit like that. Look,
that nigga needs to knock that shit off.
He wasn't making no money off all them music videos he was shooting at his house. He shot 372 music videos at his motherfucking house, boy, in Utah. Boy, I'm telling you have to have ran out of ideas after about video number 20. You feel what I'm saying? He was claiming he was going through depression. Well, I would believe him on that because you got to think, man, you sitting in the house.
But it's a hell of a mansion, so it's not.
Still,
it works.
You got to think. We ain't talking about a couple weeks, a couple months. He had been doing that for a couple years now.
Yeah, that's true.
Sitting up in the motherfucking house, G. And then you got to think that show money that you're missing out on and shit.
That is true.
Yeah, man, you can't go nowhere. How many shows you finna do in Utah?
Exactly.
You feel what I'm saying? You know it's in Utah? Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah, so what's your whole thoughts on that, man? Him impersonating doctors and stuff like that. I don't knock a nigga trying to get their money, but
that wasn't him trying to get money. That was like some silly, some other that's a drug addiction type shit.
Nah. If he doing all that to bring all that in, that's more than an addiction. That's not an addiction. That's homie trying to find a way to get some money, like them niggas that was doing the PPP loans and shit.
Oh yeah, I remember that shit. And they had to pay that shit, man.
Yeah, man, you never do your PPP loan? I thought.
I do not play with that.
I know.
If you ain't got no business, if you ain't got no legal hustle,
you be like, damn, I wish I would.
If you ain't got no legal hustle, you already know what you got to put yourself in. So you know, if you get that loan,
yeah, man. But shit. $100K bond though. That ain't nothing to a homie like that, bro.
Yeah.
And now see, if it was me, $100K, yep, I'm gonna sit and duck, homie. But see, my thing is, I wish the young brother would just.
Cause why would he be so worried about money if all them vehicles that the nigga got is like, come on, you could just.
But you know, people think different. Sometimes people think irrational instead of thinking of irrational. Like an example of irrational, like with Juice WRLD. Or you could have just took the charge of the drugs instead of ingesting the drugs.
You really could have just had them niggas take the charge.
Somebody could have took the charge. What type of charge it would have hit you with that you couldn't?
That's not what the pills was like. That's not why he took them in the pills. He was just, let's be real. That story don't even add up. Let's be real. He would just overdose. He was just on too many. You know how people like up with addictions, like keep upping.
Well, I don't know nothing about an addiction, sir.
People with addictions.
I know nothing
about doses.
I smoke weed.
If you take a substance and you get used to it,
okay.
people will up it, they tolerance ups.
You ever felt like you had an addiction before? We all had addictions.
I mean, drinking several years ago. Yeah.
Okay, drinking shit. I was bad on them cigarettes. When I was younger, I used to do like, bars and Xanax and fucking X and with weed and shit. I ain't never did no crazy shit though. But that's youngest type shit though. I wouldn't dare put that shit in my body now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then they lacing everything with fentanyl now.
Exactly.
Ooh,
like if somebody ain't get that right out of a bottle, then what is like they don't know what that is. The person who's choosing to buy that shit.
I'm good off the weed. The weed do just enough for me. It does enough.
Yeah, people could make up their own, create their own pills, like shape them, like fashion them motherfuckers to be exactly like pills already on the market, and engrave whatever they want to engrave into the motherfucker to make it look like it's legit.
And the worst
people
part,
come up with their own shit.
And the worst part about it is,
like with ecstasy,
you don't know until it's too late. Usually,
exactly.
The worst part about it, you don't know until too late.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Shit, yeah, man. But that is what it is, man. That's why I don't fuck with that shit. I stay up out the way. Hey, I ain't lying. Side note. You know they got another Will Smith and Martin Lawrence Bad Boys movie.
So it was 1, 2, then Bad Boys for Life. So what's
they got another one. I forgot the title of it.
How they giving this nigga another one?
Yeah, they got another one, but it's in theaters. Everybody gonna see it. I might want to go see that shit though. I ain't lying.
That just Will Smith head coming
just
out
to see it,
like the free slave type movie. It's one of them movies.
Not independent.
It's like around Civil War time.
I know what you're talking about. I forgot the name of that bitch. I think I watched it.
Well, yeah, there's a trailer. It's coming out now, right around now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go fuck with that bitch. All right, but in other news, Snoop Doggy Dogg, man, the homie he's now the owner of Death Row Records. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I had heard about that.
Yeah, some shit he was once just a part of.
So that's why like a lot of stuff was taken, like a lot of those projects from that label.
And they just recently did a compilation.
Were like
they just recently put
taken
out a
down from the stream
and shit. So yeah. Some people say that's a ha to Suge, man. Suge in prison with a podcast called what the fuck? Jail Calls with Suge.
Oh yeah, I
some shit is called.
Yeah, I check some of that.
Some weird shit.
But yeah, I guess I'd probably say Free Suge. I don't know.
Free Suge? What the fuck he done did to make himself out here? He crashed out in the worst way.
Yeah, he really did.
You crashed out at the worst way.
Like he was doing like the mob boss thing in a sloppy way.
But no one respected you as that, especially this was after your little reign. When
that's because the money ran out and he wasn't officially.
And everybody knew you started to know you as not that big bad Suge. You feel what I'm saying?
No, it's not that he wasn't. There's always somebody who don't care. It's just that there was always
like a football player. This man didn't rep that pyro shit until he was a
that's what I'm saying.
Man.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
He was a grown ass man.
He was an affiliate of it.
Man, he had money
in it.
He had money.
That's the point. He had the money.
It kept gang members around
on payroll
and liked to wear red. You wasn't really doing
that. Is a fact. I've seen the pages of him.
And nobody ever said this nigga slid for shit. You ain't slid for shit. You was just a big nigga.
Oh, he definitely did some shit to people. As far as like him actually killing somebody, nah, I ain't never heard of that.
Come on, man. You had other people do your dirty work, man. You really wasn't putting hands on people like that. You had other people doing this shit for you.
But he was like having people.
You had the bread.
Yeah, he had the MOB power.
You really had the bread because your brother Dr. Dre. You gotta think, what the fuck you really did to really bring to the table, bro.
I mean, he's a businessman who made some shit happen. So,
man, he punked niggas to sign bullshit and give up bullshit. Man, you really wasn't no business oriented motherfucker.
I didn't say he did good business. Hold on, let me finish.
The white dude that owned the contracts, Jerry Heller was the business motherfucker who he was fucking over. Man, sure with no business motherfucker.
That's not, you're missing the point. Yeah. I'm saying I didn't say he did legit business overall. No, of course not.
See what happened with Dr. Dre left. And Dr. Dre is willing to start over, bro.
Well, think of the mob. I'm just as an example, right? Just think of the mob. Are they known for doing legit, like fully legit business?
I don't know nothing about mob. I can't speak on that. Feel what I'm saying?
Dirty business. People who do dirty business. But yeah, it is true that like when the money ran out, like he wasn't gonna get that same. They respected the money. Some people just respect the money, not the person. You
had money, not business sense.
Because some people got money in like fear.
You ain't put in no work. The most violent shit you was in, the only violent shit you was in was when you was in the Wood Park. They got hit up, and when you crashed out and drove over the nigga.
Oh yeah.
That was some violent shit.
Yeah,
but you crashed out.
Yeah,
that was a crash out moment. Not yet.
He should have just been a legit businessman and just did better business with people.
Man, when you got money and you got real killers around you, is really willing to act as if you they daddy. Man, that type of shit fuck with your
go to your head,
way, man. To where you feel like you can't be touched, man. That's how he moved.
Yeah, one of the dudes.
Then you already a big nigga.
Yeah,
them big niggas be having that shit on their mind anyway. And then you got niggas willing to crash the fuck out to the extreme behind you, and you got to back that shit up.
But here's one of the things that broke them up is like, and this is one of the MOB Pyru dudes who spoke on this. One of the members, right? I think it was like MOB James talking about one of the things that like fucked things up was like the members, like the certified members, or like into it with each other. That's how them niggas put it. But yeah, he said them niggas was getting into it over the money. Because some people might get more than others to do the same.
We can make more money working together then.
But the money just makes some people just blind some people, then they just into it. Oh, how come he got 20% more than I got to do the same thing?
Call a nigga that's 5 to 10 years younger than you, big dog or big homie. You'll follow the leader. You'll forget all type of initial thought process you had about anything you tried to have going, and you'll follow the leader with a nigga because he got money and some clout because he got money. That's what the world run around. But check it. While we speaking on death row, what you think about Keefe D, man? How he talked himself into that type of shit.
Yeah, ain't he facing life without parole, some shit like that?
Come on, man. That murder has no
statute of limitations.
Yeah, so. Man. You.
Yeah,
and it turns out you had a little leeway around that time during that. You could say what you needed to say.
Didn't he have a qualified immunity at first?
Yeah, at that time, but they didn't qualify. Then he wanted to
get on DJ Vlad.
Interviews 20 years later,
right?
And keep running your mouth about that shit.
Because look, the feds knew he did that shit.
Come on, man.
The feds, the Las Vegas police knew he did.
Crying out for Diddy for help. Diddy was gonna get getting them cheeks, man, behind that shit, boy. You need Diddy for some help?
Yeah.
You need to think about that shit, bro. You know this man.
He just
think about it, man. You think this man finna drop a bag and help you out with the murder charge?
Hell no, their business is over with.
Boy. Nah, we talking about. Hey, you was just talking about extortion and plotting. That man is the biggest extorter, boy. He gonna put a record deal on the table.
He gonna come to the party.
Hey, boy. Hey, he gonna change your life for real. You think he gonna change your life for real, G? You know what I'm saying? You crying out for Diddy.
Yeah.
Out of all these niggas.
No, but here's the thing. Like he realized he really just snitched on Diddy. There's no statute of limitations on conspiracy to commit murder either.
Man, they said Diddy has shit to do with B.I.G. Which, man, do you think, man, he has some? I don't think so.
Yeah, absolutely.
Your biggest bag.
To some degree, he has something to do with it. And here's why. Because why would you bring that nigga out to L.A.?
Okay, yeah, what we were saying, keep it deep, man.
Because remember, there's no statute of limitations on conspiracy to commit murder as well. So that put Diddy in that. He put Diddy in that situation too by running his mouth.
So, if you was ever jammed up like that, man, would you call on Diddy, man?
I wouldn't even be associated with him on no type of level. Any nigga who
had to kill us with him, man.
Any nigga who try to put shit in people's drinks or try to have them go to weird parties and
Bill
shit.
Bill Cosby was doing that shit.
Yeah, that person can't even associate with me.
Oh, Bill Cosby. But, yeah, man, keep it deep, man. I think he should have kept his mouth shut. I think he should have kept his mouth shut. But hey, it is what it is, man. All right, so next topic, man. Comedian Gary Owens once had a Hollywood executive offer to make him millions if he slept with him. Cat Williams mentioned this in his viral interview. Do you know the comedian Gary Owens?
Yep.
The white guy?
Oh, yeah, I know of him.
Yeah. So, do you think, what is your whole thing about that type of shit? People just like...
I mean, it goes back to what I said in the last interview, you know. Like, people had been... Like, I had heard about
you know, once you said that dumbass shit, it made like a domino effect.
But niggas been knowing about that.
I ain't know nothing but shit about that shit.
Like, why do you think one of the reasons why they killed Pac is because you think he ain't know that Diddy was...
Pac did it to himself.
No, let me finish. Pac because I know you're gonna talk over me. Let me have my interview moment.
So he ain't do it. So he ain't do it to himself.
Did he pay that nigga to? You think he ain't?
Pac did it to himself.
Why do you think they?
You was a Crip turned blood for a New Yorker turned West Coast guy.
He was never a Crip.
What?
He was never a Crip.
Yeah, yes, he was. Yes, the fuck he was. Yes, the fuck he was.
He hung out with Crips like the 40 Crips, like rated R. Rated R.
Just talk about that affiliation shit.
Now let me finish. I ain't finished. Rated R is
you all with G, huh?
Is a 40 Crip. He never claimed Crip. When did he ever claim Crip?
If you hang around nothing but, hey.
What do you mean nothing but? He hung out with people from different...
If you hang around nothing but pedophiles, you into that shit too. If you hang around a bunch of get money niggas, you into getting money too.
He hung out with different types of people, so I'm not sure what you reaching.
I'm saying
he chose not to sign to.
You hear what I'm saying? You are what you're affiliated with.
He's not affiliated with.
So he.
Are you misusing the word affiliated?
So, okay.
I think you're misusing the word affiliated.
Nah, I ain't affiliated. Well, I ain't misusing that shit, bro. If I'ma hang around with known gang members that's known to do with rep this and do with this, and I'm known to be around y'all, you feel what? Because I'm gonna put this on the table. He was. Hold on. Let me please. Let me say it.
There's different ways.
No, you not let me say it. Just let me say it. No. Listen.
You've been talking over me half the interview.
No, bro. Come on. Let me just say it.
Is it your interview? Let
me just say I have one reason why I'm saying this. You feel what I'm saying?
Let me see my shit
I'm finna lose my train of thought, please.
Because your train of thought gonna be long as hell.
Bro, you finna really let me lose my train of thought? That's what we doing. I'm really finna lose my train of thought? Come on, man. I'm telling you, bro. All right. So what I was saying is, you are affiliated what you hang around with, right? Okay. Let's say because gang members, they're into shit, right?
Yeah, of course.
Right? Okay. All right. Here's my point.
Wrong crowd?
No, listen. Here's my point. If they into it, and you always hang around with these motherfuckers.
Then yeah, guilty by association.
And they can't get to this motherfucker. But they always see you with this motherfucker. There's a chance they might get to you, right?
That is true.
And you have to know this.
I'm here. I know that.
So I'm like, if you're hanging around with this type of stuff like that, you know what you're doing. That's my only point.
Okay, but
now you can continue. That was my only point.
I get what you're saying.
Okay.
So of course, yeah.
And then we talk about gang members. We ain't talking about basketball.
Right, we talking about actual gang.
We know what come with this shit. Okay,
absolutely.
That's all I was saying, bro.
And he already knew that.
That's all I meant.
So it's not like he got caught by surprise.
Yeah, that's all I meant, homie. That's all I meant. I wasn't trying to over talking shit, but that's my point.
I get what you're saying, but my point was that if you with certain people, then the people that you're with you take people who are already into it with the people that you with to get you to. It's like an association thing. Basically, Diddy was gonna have somebody like he was already into it with certain figures. Pac was already into it with certain figures, right? Because who was Diddy tied to? Jimmy Henchman, right? And Haitian Jack.
Yeah, but
Brooklyn niggas, like those Brooklyn niggas who associate with this Harlem nigga.
We talking about another nigga that's affiliated with people and he ain't putting in work either. Pac ain't known to put in no work.
When did he claim to be like
hey, when you repping that shit,
affiliate.
Okay, around a bunch of you keep a bunch of niggas.
Let me finish. That's only known for certain shit. Because you already said your shit. I'm saying that they already wanted to have him killed. He was already into it with different types of people outside of, even if he wasn't next to them gang members. You really think niggas don't like employ gang members? Like niggas who are on the legal side of things don't employ?
No, I hired private security and regular.
No, I'm saying to knock people off. No, let me finish. Okay. To knock people off that they got an issue with? Nah, you're missing the point.
I'm fucking with you, though.
But I get what you're saying, but you're missing the point. The point is...
Oh, you're missing the point. I was just making mine.
If motherfuckers want you dead, if they, like, use a gang member...
Okay.
If somebody wanted somebody dead in let's say...
I wouldn't know.
And that person was associating a new people... who were in that area who could get something like that done, right? You think a nigga couldn't just drop that bag and be like, hey, gang member over here. Let me finish. You really think that these gang members don't get paid by people who are not gang members to go handle some dirty business? You still missing
the way you angling the question. You trying to DJ Vlad me right quick.
No, it's about do you get it? Not are you in it? We know you're not in it. Like,
I get with the bullshit though. Got me fucked up. I'm just.
But it's about like people who have money, people who not really like that, but they're like still dirty people.
Like Suge Knight.
Right. You can say that. Yeah. People who like that, right? But they got a lot of money at their disposal, right? A lot of legal money to get this, illegal dirt over here done. You really think they? I'll put it this way. It's nothing for somebody like that to drop a bag.
I wouldn't know.
So if somebody was trying to reach somebody to get somebody, somebody might employ certain people to handle that. And it's not a stretch to believe that Diddy would do something like that if you already into it with this man. And it already made you look bad and just embarrass and expose niggas, just shame niggas.
So I'm gonna take their life.
So it's like, because reputation is tied to business. Remember, reputation is tied to business, right?
Inside the music business.
No, if your reputation fucked up, you don't think that'll fuck with your money or your ego in your money?
I think
if something fucks with your ego,
killing people ruins your reputation.
You think people don't kill over ego and money? It's two of the main things right there.
Yeah, broke people.
Ego, money, reputation.
People. That sounds like some broke nigga shit though.
No, there's people.
Ego.
People with a lot of money do. There's people with a lot of money who.
They go send the broke nigga.
That's my point.
So the broke nigga do the crash out because they broke.
Exactly. The gang member.
Why? Because listen, why? Why the person with the money not physically doing it? This is not the movie.
Because he got the money.
Okay, it don't make sense because it wouldn't make sense.
That's why I send somebody else.
That's broke and envious.
So who was this? So why do you think? So my point was, why do you think?
They said Pac died, bro.
No, Keefe D.
They said Pac died, bro.
Why do you think Keefe D in Orlando were in Vegas the same time the Death Row niggas was in Vegas?
Because it was.
You really think that was about Pac?
They were broke and envious.
They were paid to kill that nigga. You don't think
that was broke and envious?
It all came together. They got paid to kill the nigga
because they were broke and envious.
And that dude ran his mouth on camera on DJ Vlad because he wanted clout like a dumbass.
And that's the envy part.
He just admitted that Diddy wanted that nigga dead, so that's why him and Orlando. So that means even if he hadn't put hands on Orlando, it wouldn't have mattered because that's why Orlando was fucking there in the first place. in the same place as them to kill that nigga.
Pac
and Suge, and to kill Suge.
Pac would eventually did it to himself some type of way, even if it wasn't with Orlando, because of the way he carried himself. The young man didn't carry himself right.
I believe the authorities would have just killed him or find a way to kill him and make it look like something else.
You into it with everybody.
That's what I just said. You into it with the police.
I know.
Because if you got the last name Shakur, right? That's tied to.
But you all these records with that blood shit. You in these photos with this blood shit. You affiliate with all the blood.
He was sent to that before that. He was sent to that before that though. That shit was like the last couple fucking months of that man's life. Him affiliating.
Nah, look.
Him saying MOB. Shout out to MOB.
Last couple. You signed to Death Row Records that was mainly Bloods.
They had Crips on there, you know that, right?
Yeah, but what were they?
No, the artists. No, the artists weren't even mainly. Were the artists mainly Bloods?
Listen, the artists didn't.
The muscle was Bloods.
It was Ray and
MOB Pyru.
Yes,
the muscle was MOB Pyru specifically.
So, and that was before
a bunch of artists.
And that was before a couple motherfuckers. Like we said about this, you know who you hang around with. If you're gonna sign a contract and do any type of money transaction, even though none of the shit that was presented to you, the cars, the whatever, wasn't in your name, and that shit was being able to be taken from you. Either way, that's.
But you said it yourself. It would have been one. If it wasn't one thing, it would have been another. So you can't even really put it on.
Yeah, that's how he was carrying himself. You feel what I'm saying?
Revolutionaries die young all the time.
He lived his life like he wanted to die. All he spoke on in his records was death.
He wasn't speaking on that until Me Against the World, and he was already in danger.
Why? Because he was carrying himself, right? That's all I'm saying.
No, what I'm saying,
I'm not saying he spent his whole life.
What I'm saying,
or something, but,
what I'm saying is that he was unfortunately meant to die young
because the way he carried himself.
No, because revolutionaries niggas who stand for shit die young.
Revolutionary
niggas tend to die young,
but
black power type niggas die young.
Niggas don't stomp out people in casinos.
Wasn't that dude there to kill him?
Wasn't that
dude there to kill him? Yes or no?
All I know is
so you don't really know what a revolutionary is. You don't know what a revolutionary is.
Here's the story. Alright, this is all behind some chain snatching bullshit. They seen that nigga by
he got pointed out.
Yeah, so he was by himself at the moment in the casino.
Alright.
Crash out moment. You feel what I'm saying? How you was carrying yourself.
There was a bounty. There was a bounty on the chains. Did you hear about that?
I heard about that shit. But I heard about that shit. But like I said,
that plus niggas already being there to carry out a hit.
You not known to be no killer, and you did that shit with an actual killer.
Right.
Yeah, that's not how you supposed to move for a motherfucker that's trying to live his life. A nigga that's known to do that shit. Even though you hung around.
Judging off his music, he was already prepared to die. So it's not a matter of. He should.
So we basically agreeing on this shit. You did it to yourself.
I mean, yeah, depending on what you mean by it. What do you mean by it?
Mark, do you live your everyday life speaking on? Because we know the tongue, the power of the tongue.
The power of the tongue, yeah, it's very powerful.
Do you just death, kill me, kill all this just? I don't give a fuck. You don't live your life like that.
Nah, I don't.
Nah, so okay then. That's all I'm saying. That's all. Do you hang around a bunch of crash dummies that might have you? We just we was just talking about you doing the military shit, the National Guard shit. We just was talking about.
But you're missing the core. The problem. The core.
I'm not missing.
I would say this as far as that. I would say when you're very outspoken, you will rub people the wrong way. If you're bold,
be outspoken
and aggressive, even if it's justified, you will get into it with people. Simple as that. Even if it's justified, but they still gonna handle it like you in the wrong.
Could be outspoken.
You gonna be into it.
There are gonna be people that don't like what I say,
and they gonna be into it with you,
or they don't.
And somebody want to
they don't agree with what I say. That comes with being outspoken. But it's a difference between being outspoken and I'm finna run down on niggas in violence.
But I'll put it like
whether
this:
it's police.
But your argument doesn't work. Here's why your argument doesn't work.
Didn't he?
Here's why. Let me finish.
Didn't he shoot a police officer?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He was already marked for death when you do what you.
So he did it to himself.
He protected a black man from police brutality. And my point is that when you put yourself in harm's way, a different breed, even if it's justified, you do it accepting the fact that you will.
All right, let me ask you this question.
You accept.
Let me ask you this question. Right? Would you, in that situation? Okay, because a lot of people in that situation. Hold on.
I can't put myself in that situation.
No, I'm just saying
it's too easy to.
Everybody's not gonna take it to that length though. Okay, some people might react differently if they see police brutality on another person.
Most people ain't gonna do shit. Let's be real. Most people
he took it to what level?
He did something about it.
Yeah,
most people who complain about it.
A lot of people, if they were, no. All I'm saying, I'm not disagreeing with you. This, I'm just making my point.
Right.
Okay, most people, if they are gonna do something about it, if they were to do something about it, would they do it to that extreme? That
wasn't extreme.
And then look, this not your brother that's getting assaulted. This wasn't
extreme. This wasn't extreme. He didn't kill him. He could have killed him. Could have blown the brains out. So, he didn't kill him. He just put a couple bullets in him. He didn't kill him.
But
he could have really killed him.
Bullets can hit main arteries, right?
Where did he hit him? Where did the bullets land? If you know what you're doing with a weapon and you know how to aim,
you got main arteries everywhere, bro. Everywhere.
There's people who know how to avoid the arteries if you know where them shit's at.
We talking about Tupac.
If you train with a weapon,
think Tupac trained enough to know how to shoot and purposely not hit a main artery?
If you know how to train, let me finish. Some people came up training with weapons and knowing how to train at the range and shit with weapons. If you're gonna be out here, why would you not train with a weapon? So you just gonna have a weapon.
We're talking about a certain person. We're not.
Especially if you're gonna be more in danger than the average person, you for sure gonna train.
So you affiliated with a whole bunch of blood niggas and Death Row Records.
That's before.
You the guy
that's before then. That's before then. You got the 2D mixed up.
What I am saying is
your thought process.
That was a crash out moment. You're talking about a missing artery. Man, I'm saying there are main arteries everywhere.
That's not
you feel what I'm saying?
How are you defining crash out?
Most people, if they see a person getting assaulted by a police officer and they feel like, hey, I need to do something, they still aren't going to say, hey,
they're not going to
let me shoot this police officer.
They're not going to do anything. They're not going to do anything.
Okay, but if they were to, the first thing it's not, hey, let me shoot this police officer.
If you approach a police officer in that situation, you will get shot. So wouldn't you be prepared if you were going to be in that business, jump into that? Would you not be prepared to have your firearm if you're dealing with crooked cops with a fucking firearm, who have a firearm? You might
want to.
If you ain't going to use yours, stay out of it. If you ain't going to use yours, stay out of it, basically.
But most people not.
Because you already signing up to do the right thing at the cost of risking your life, so you already prepared for it to go.
I think by him,
otherwise you would just stay out of it.
By his mother being a Black Panther,
that's my point. Thank you.
I hear you.
And when you were a Black Panther, what happened to the Black Panthers?
I hear
them killed young, but you know what? They died for their shit. Yes or no?
Hey, but here's what I'm saying.
And he had to die for his shit.
I hear you, but it's one thing to say, hey, I'm gonna die for this shit,
right?
Or I'm gonna do what, but to actually go through with it,
they went through with it.
Yeah, that's a different level.
He comes from that. He comes from it.
They got people that come from certain backgrounds.
Why do you think he has the last name? The last name, Shakur.
I hear you.
They got people
that come from
Shakur.
I hear you. But there's certain people that come from certain backgrounds.
And guess what happened to them? Dead or serving life.
I hear you.
So he had to go the same path at the cost of standing on his shit. And that's why people constantly bring his name up over other rappers.
But that was most okay. That was okay. We can say it. That we can say
most
that
of them say
reason. But we can say
they don't do it.
We could agree.
They say it.
That type of situation with a police officer and the way he handled it. We can say okay.
That's the Black Panther.
Yeah. Okay. We can say that. We can say that.
Yeah.
Okay. We can say that. But that whole casino incident?
Not a casino incident.
Yeah, that was some whole crash dummy shit.
Here's what justified to a degree. Here's why I'll say this. Even though he shouldn't have been around the gang members like that to more than necessary, really. But I'll say this though. They were already, he had a hit on him. So it's like, if the gang member wasn't hired to kill him, it would have been a member from another gang hired to kill. You think niggas won't be like, oh, say less. How much money? They'll definitely do that.
Shit, these days, just the fact that you could.
So the point is, they were gonna
like that.
So it's like they were there to kill Pac and Suge anyways. Like really handle.
Nobody killed Suge.
Oh, they shot his ass though.
Nobody killed him.
They ain't say pull it off.
I guess they didn't hit no main orders.
Exactly. If they ain't hit enough shit, the right shit. They ain't hit the right shit. He barely.
Or were they trained not to?
Oh, I
see. Well, we not finna give these certain niggas credit for shit we know they didn't train themselves for, man. We know you can get trained for that shit, but I'm not giving them niggas that type of
Some
credit.
people are trained to do that.
I know, but I refuse to give them niggas that credit.
No, them niggas,
I'm not giving Pot that credit. I'm not giving Pot that credit. You just that efficient, bitch.
Hell yes, Black Panthers, they train with weapons, nigga. They train with weapons. They know how to use the weapons.
But you know how was he in the Black Panthers or was he just affiliated with the Black Panthers? Because
brought up by.
But that's affiliate though. But they got people that's have family members in gangs, and been around gangs, but never.
Plus, the Black Panther is not just an organization; it was a movement.
I hear you.
Movement.
I hear you. But
movement. Meaning, even if that organization falls.
So as he got older, was he in
when that organization?
Black Panthers? That's what I'm asking.
Had the teachings.
Yeah, I know. But that's
here's my point.
Don't you feel like that's
the teachings, the movements?
That's what I'm saying. Don't you feel that
goes beyond the organization?
No, that's what I'm saying. Don't you feel that kind of falls under the affiliation umbrella though? You can't like with
affiliate. You're talking. You can't mix gang politics with Black Panther.
But you could be affiliated with it and you could know the culture. You could know the rules.
The only thing that you
not technically be one of them, but you could have family members. You could be around it.
You could be an
day.
Extension of something.
You could know what it stands for.
You could be an extension of something,
but you don't have to actually technically be in it.
Or you could be an extension of
something. Which I feel like that falls out of the affiliation because he never actually fully took on that. Hey, I'm a Black Panther type.
Because notice all the pictures you see.
That's like those. That's like the people in jail that turn Muslim and shit like that, and they come out of jail and they not really they
you can't compare.
Have ass in the Muslim shit.
You can't compare.
I'm saying
you can't compare it because one is not willing to have the courage. One doesn't have the courage of their convictions. One does. Okay. It's about words and actions,
but he didn't live his life as a Black Panther, as like a day for day Black Panther type person.
I'm talking about the tradition.
Yeah,
but he was an activist. He was an activist, so you can't say that.
Of course,
you can't say that because he was an activist,
bro. You can't
say that because he was an activist.
Let's say
before the music, he was an activist, brought up to be an activist already. So you can't say that.
Let's say
it's about your roots.
Yeah,
that's my point.
But So I could kind of get that.
So you can't invalidate the roots.
That's not me.
Because the roots go beyond the organization.
I'm not invalidating it. I'm just not giving certain credit to certain scenarios. That's it.
But these things come from these actions.
I could get the whole police situation and why.
And as far as the gang member shit, I will say this.
Okay.
Because you heard about how the Bloods and Crips is like offshoots of the Black Panther Party, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how the original purpose of the gangs was to protect the community, even though COINTELPRO, which is what took down the Black Panther Party, fucked the gangs up, and then they got off into the shit that we know them for today. They were supposed to be militant and protect the community, not terrorize the community. Because of the Black Panther teachings, they had those teachings.
I hear you, man.
So it would make sense that somebody who still had the teachings, who came up, who is part of that movement, right, would be trying to bring more black people back into the movement or reach them somehow. You got to reach people where they're at. You got to meet people halfway. Because they might be on some whole other shit. So the revolutionary would have to find a way to meet the gang member halfway on something. Otherwise, they can't even be around each other, get nothing done.
I feel you, bro.
So notice how Death Row, Crips and Bloods, even though Crips and Bloods was known to be into it with each other, right? But niggas can come together and make money and make moves, right? Black Panthers, and then you got Bloods and Crips.
I hear you.
Because remember, they got thrown off the rails. Remember, because you notice how it's the drugs in the community, right? And they got into selling this shit and working against their purpose. The purpose of black people having these organizations was to protect the community, not fuck it up and terrorize it. But the feds threw them up, threw the drugs in the community, right? And started locking niggas up, killing off leaders. But if there's any bit of that energy left in a nigga whose family got them here, who comes from there, right? Niggas meet up, they can make something happen. So it would make sense if you're trying to reach people in the gangs run the hoods, and you're trying to reach the hood, that you would reach out to. Plus, even before Death Row, plus you made it sound like even before Death Row, he wasn't like he didn't know any other members, people who happen to be members of the shit.
I've never
LA ties.
I'll give you
an example. I'm talking about before Death Row. I'm talking about like early.
Yeah, I wasn't making that.
I'll give you an example. I get what you're saying.
Okay.
Like for example, I don't know if you heard Rated R, right? A 40 Crip. He had a whole interview on him knowing Pac, and he was part of like the Thug Life like movement that they was doing. And that movement had people from different. Them niggas wasn't all part of the same set. You know who else was like tied in with him? Was with that Big Psych, who on Pac album All Eyes on Me, and I think he was on something else. I think he might have been on Thug Life Volume 1, but Big Psych was like from a whole different set of Crips. Pac never claimed they shit. You don't have to claim their shit to like, you know what I'm saying? You associating with them doesn't necessarily mean you saying that you came up in it if you're associating with them.
Yeah.
That's just you reaching out to the people that, if you're trying to reach the hood, who runs LA hoods?
Shit.
If you're trying to like
LAPD, they was running the hood. You know, they say the police the biggest gang.
Because you know all them hoods tied to different sets. This said this hood, that said that hood.
They don't want no smoke with the police for real.
So if you're trying to bring motherfuckers together, you would have to do what? Bring niggas from whole different hoods, therefore different sets, together to get some shit done.
You know what else help bring people together?
So it would make sense that he would be around now.
Yeah.
It would make sense that he would be around now. People just try to use like the gang shit to say, oh, well, if you're around him, then he was gonna die young anyways. Yeah. You could say this about other people, but if you somebody who like ready to die and do the shit that you say that you gonna do that most people wouldn't do, that puts you in these dangerous situations, right?
Yeah.
Plus, rappers be in dangerous situations anyway. So if you're willing to do the shit that niggas say that they would do, you accept that you gonna die, you liable to. Because most niggas will say they'll do this and that, but they not gonna really, in them situations, do this, that, and the third. Niggas who actually will really do that be dead or locked up.
Okay. I got you.
So the only thing he fucked up on that you could really say is that he was more or less who he said he was, which ties in with how it ended. The nigga said he was gonna die young, so it's like, I don't feel bad for him, but I'm not gonna like try to play.
Yeah, he did it.
Him honor. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying people shouldn't feel sorry for him, but they also shouldn't like try to play on his legacy.
Yeah. I'm not playing on his legacy, but
like people who live like that.
I stand on this statement.
People who stand on certain shits.
I stand on this statement.
Sign up earlier to die young.
I'm not diminishing anything from him.
I know you're not, but you know.
But I stand on what I said, and he did it to himself.
Technically, yeah, he signed up for it. He signed up for it. Technically, he signed up for it. That's all. He did sign up for it, though.
Yeah.
So that's why I wouldn't like word it as it's not as simple as saying it's a tragedy. That's a weird way of putting it. It's more of if you watch a movie and like a character who was that you consider to be kinda in some ways like a hero.
He thought it was a movie.
No, that's not what I said.
That's what I said.
No, he treated it like it was real life.
Nah, he ain't treated it like it was real life.
Some people are like that real life. If he
treated it like real life, he would have still been here.
Nah, that ain't
like a movie.
What do you mean by treated like a movie?
You run up on a known killer and
gang members get run up.
That's a movie.
People get run up on.
That's a movie.
No, not really. Even in movies, whenever you ever seen in movies, niggas who are gang members. He wasn't
ready for what was coming.
No, let me finish. Whenever you ever seen in a movie, niggas who ain't members of a gang run up on.
I'm guaranteed there's a movie like that out there somewhere.
Nah, it be gang members run up on gang members in movies. It's just like, but that's not the point. But that's not the point. The point is. It's not about a movie. It's about if you prepare to die, then that's just what it is. That's it.
Yeah, that sounds like some movie shit, some suicidal movie shit.
So it's kind of stupid to say, "Oh, if this or if that, this person would still be here." It's like there's no ifs.
I could be.
That's movie shit.
Sick on my deathbed.
Hypotheticals.
I could be sick on my deathbed and be prepared to die. But his version of prepared to die. Yeah, he thought this shit.
But yeah, I don't really like to play with the hypotheticals and certain shit was gonna happen this way and it wasn't gonna happen no other way. So there's no point in saying, oh, well, if only there's no if only it happened how it was supposed to happen. Unfortunately, it happened how it was supposed to happen
like that.
No, I said it happened how it was supposed to happen. Oh yeah, it did.
I could open this door.
It happened how it was supposed to happen.
I could jump out this damn balcony and head first. That ain't how it's supposed to happen. I chose to do that motherfucking shit. I chose to.
If you sign up for a life where you you will be in dangerous situations, right? Mm-hmm. Right or wrong. Remember, emphasis, right or wrong. Either way, danger don't give a fuck if you in the right or wrong. Danger is just danger. It's gonna fuck you up.
Do you feel like he ever felt like at one point in time he was in danger?
He already knew. Like it's in the music and it's in. Like, I don't believe he was surprised when he was getting shot. I mean, I don't believe that. Like, literally, is surprised is somebody who don't see it coming.
Fuck out of me.
I don't believe he was as surprised as a nigga who don't see it coming.
You know how a gun sounds when it go off?
Like, if you expect...
Boy, I don't give a damn what...
If you do some shit that you expect is gonna end a certain way,
I'll be surprised. Like,
and you were already prepared to die, then that's just what it happened. How you were prepared for it to happen, and there's not really much else to say about it. It's not about oopsie daisies or oh no, that was a stupid mistake. Daisies. It ain't like a stupid like if you intentionally do some shit and you accept the risks that come with it. There's not a mistake in it. You can say that.
That's why I said.
You can say I wouldn't do that. You can say I wouldn't do that. I ain't about to live like that.
Yeah, because
but that's different from saying that somebody else shouldn't do that.
Shit, they trying to do it to themselves.
There's one thing to say that you shouldn't do that. It's different to say another person shouldn't do this.
I don't think no one.
You're not that person. You get what I'm saying? You're not that person, and you're not trying to live that life. So it's two different types of decisions that y'all would have to make. So you can't really try to put it all in the same boat. Like it's equal, like
nah. I'm gonna just put it in 1%.
Like the decisions, I put it like this: the decisions that I'm supposed to make are different from the decisions that niggas who are active in some other shit.
But we know it come with certain decisions, so that's what boat I'm gonna put it in. The boat, the title of the boat on the side of the boat is quote. He did it to himself.
Right, I agree with it.
Okay, so all right.
You threw in a bunch of other shit. That's why I was just like,
I think you was thinking of as I was trying to debate with you or trying to put down what you were saying, your point. No, I was just making my own point.
I mean, it could be taken out of context. I mean, it just depends on how you word it. I was just
making my own. I see.
It depends on how you word it. You word it as he did it himself. I just worded it as he signed up for it and it happened how it was
I like
supposed
to keep
happen.
it real simple and smooth. I could either use 45 words to describe what I want to say.
It's about the same amount of words.
Or I can use 5. But I'm gonna make the same meaning. I'm gonna keep it short and simple.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on how you word it. But yeah,
Now we could go into details of this and that and affiliation.
Yeah, but once you say if, you're going off into a whole different conversation. For me, there's no if. There's no if.
No, I didn't say if he did it.
There's no if.
No, there was no if in that statement. It was.
No, I'm saying there's no if. There's no if he hadn't done this and he had done that. There's no if.
I ain't say all that.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying.
But you did say if. You did say if.
No, no. Okay.
Oh, if this, then he still be. There is no alternate reality.
Okay. What I meant, like if.
You get what I'm saying?
Like, as certain shit could have been avoidable.
Certain chains of events was going to go more or less. I'm not going to
say how you going to die.
I'll put it like this:
where you going to die? I don't know that. Or
if I'm trying
what I'm saying is, certain stuff is avoidable. You ain't making your chances any better by just being a crash out. That's all I'm saying. You did it to yourself. You didn't make your chances any better. We all gotta leave the earth one day, but I'm not gonna heighten my chances up by doing shit.
No, I'm talking about there. I'm talking about that day he was gone.
All I'm saying is in the overall shit.
I believe it was just gonna happen right around that time. I don't mean
people die from different shit.
No, I'm talking about right around that time. I believe it was gonna happen one way or the other right around that time. Not here versus 20 years later.
Okay. Not
here versus 20 years later. I'm talking about this day versus.
You seen the whole viral fight with Jim Jones at the airport?
Who did he get into it with at the airport?
I don't know the specific.
I only know one person that he was like kind of getting into it with, but the dude he wanted to get into it with, it was because of a criticism. It wasn't even no real shit.
There's some recent shit though.
Like, is it that rapper D1 that? Because I know he got into it with that dude.
I don't think it was no rap. I don't know why they got into it. I don't know the specific, but this was some recent shit, like a handful of weeks ago.
Who was it with?
It was like 2 other people, and he's affiliated with
Bloods.
Yeah.
I think call them like the Billies.
He caught criticism. Wack 100 was one of the people that gave criticism, but
Wack is supposed to criticize Jim Jones for that.
Yeah, so
why wouldn't a LA nigga who came up in the game where it originated not criticize somebody who it got brought to other places, and if the people where it originated, where something originated, feel like you, an extension of it, don't carry it how they feel it ought to be carried.
So you feel like
then you should expect
rightful criticism.
The criticism.
So you're saying
because who else is going to be qualified to criticize that but a nigga who came up in it where it originated?
So you think it's rightful criticism? Do you know kind of how what happened in the situation? I don't know all the specifics.
That's all I can say. I can't say that Wack shouldn't have said this or I would have said.
What happened was he had like an altercation. I don't know what the altercation stemmed from. What made the altercation?
Was it in any way maybe tied to the gang affiliation? Gang membership.
With the situation, all I know is he got into it with 2 other gentlemen. A fight broke out. It's in the airport. And was
this in New York?
I don't know what airport, where he was traveling. All I know is he caught criticism from the internet because, like you said, the affiliation part.
Because if Wack is speaking on it, I'll figure it had something to do with gang culture. If Wack speaking on it, plus Jim Jones is known to claim the 9 trade billies.
It was something real simple though. Police came and stuff like that.
Because I know Jim Jones has been claiming.
It was the heat of the moment. And he was like, he just said something real simple. He was like, man, those guys attacked me.
Oh, okay.
Something as simple as that. And he caught flack behind
it. So Wack is like, that dude is
where you go to this and that?
You telling.
Yeah, because you say as associated whatever with this and that and third, you do not whatsoever communicate with. They basically.
No, I get what Wack is saying because he's spoken on this before.
Yeah. So
and I guess
when the police are involved, you literally just go mute. I guess.
No, I get what he was saying that. I don't know what people say is that you let the lawyer handle it rather than you in that moment. But say, I feel like basically it's like a difference between letting the lawyer handle it to get you out, if a situation versus you out your own mouth pointing and saying, "Oh, they did this."
But I feel like that's okay if that's like a situation that something went down, you had time to think, and you let the lawyer handle it. But in
the heat of the moment,
in the heat of the moment, he said something.
Because right after the fight,
right after, he's still breathing hard, he's still sweating and stuff. You in the middle of the airport and you fighting off two dudes, and he said,
"Wasn't the footage going to tell it for him?"
But you don't know someone's recording. You're fighting off, even though everything's recorded.
Everything's recorded. It's the airport.
You're fighting off two people. You're not saying, "Hey, person, record me fight these."
No, outside of that, just the footage.
You just know you're fighting two people.
Airport recorded.
And he said something in the heat of the moment that
he should have said according to a certain set of rules.
Yeah, but. Yeah,
I'm not gonna look at him no differently.
Yeah, because it's like bro, I'm in a public place,
right?
In a civilian place,
so
I'm fighting off two people,
right? So I can't say that he's wrong for saying, but I get somebody else saying,
but then people from the other side, I feel like he nitpicking. I think he was nitpicking because at the end of the day, I don't think. As far as Jim Jones' overall reputation, he hasn't done anything that
is a technicality.
Will go against what he. You feel what I'm saying?
Right, the footage.
Yeah, you fight.
Plus, Jim Jones don't really constantly be in trouble with legal shit. He ain't known for now. Yeah, in these years. I
can see if he's known to.
Because we're not talking about 20 years ago.
Yeah,
we talking about now, like past couple years.
You making legal money. You're in the league. You're not on a block somewhere.
Middle age.
He got gray hair. He's in good shape, but you got to think you're fighting off two people in the airport. You feel what I'm saying? And it's just kind of just.
But yeah, some people gonna be like. But yeah, what Wack about?
Wack got a tendency.
I know what he was gonna say. He was gonna say some shit like. Hey, you supposed to let the footage and the lawyer. Yeah. You're supposed to direct the authorities to the footage, which is gonna be there. You in the middle of the airport. You gotta think plus, the lawyer knows how to.
Everybody's
say shit
shouting
in a way.
The officers were shouting. They were shouting at him, and the other dudes and like, hold on, what? Under this and that.
Here's the thing,
and he like, man, I don't know why y'all mad at me. They attacked me. It was kind of like one of them type of things.
Right.
Which got critique behind that. Simple,
right, that is nitpicking to me.
Yeah. And then nitpicking for the internet.
I'm looking at this logically.
Yeah.
I'm not looking at this. I don't have.
He ain't press charges. Like I wanted to press
exactly.
Yeah.
He ain't press charges.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no.
I feel like he basically on something. He basically stop screaming at me and don't fuck with me. You seen I was trying to defend myself. It was kind of one of them.
Right. Even though he's completely right, I get what Wack's saying. Even though it's some bullshit.
Yeah.
But Wack is serving his purpose. Wack is serving his purpose because he's highlighting. Because Wack himself said one time.
Doing that for
no. But here's what Wack said that I thought was on point because I was like Wack kept it real by saying this. He said you cannot change when he was criticizing another game from like Rolling 60, like a Rolling 60 dude from another said for like. Testifying or saying too much or whatever the case may be, and it was some technical shit, right? It was like, oh, technically you told type thing, but here's what it was. Like I said, you cannot change the rules to this illogical game. When speaking on, he was running the game coach.
He's trying to make.
You cannot change the rules.
Know it's illogical. He knows.
But at least he was man enough to say, hey, this shit is illogical. So if you're in it,
so I'm kind of
we're gonna hold
explain to you in logic about this illogical bullshit.
Right. So he's saying, but no, he's right. He's right because he's basically saying follow this illogical bullshit or just get out of it.
The fuck out. He's
basically saying consistently uphold this illogical shit, or just get out of it when it's time before you tarnish your reputation by breaking the rules of it. He's basically saying get out before you break the rules, or just don't be in it in the first place.
No. Okay. So
he was right in that sense. So he would be right in that sense, because that's gonna force niggas to stay out that shit if that's really what it is. That's gonna let young people know, yeah, I don't want to be in that shit. That shit is stupid. I don't even have ties to that shit. I didn't even come up with it originated. I didn't grow up being put onto the shit or any of the other stuff. So let me stay out of it because that shit is illogical and I have no career connection to it.
Yeah. So
you know, that's really it.
I feel you. But it is what it is.
But no, I respect like the dudes who usually came up in it, who got out of it, who let niggas know, hey, this shit is irrational. But if you gonna do it, still be doing it, and you break the rules, we're gonna like hold that against you and like call you out on that.
Yeah.
You gotta deal with what comes with that if you're still somebody who's still in it. Cause the niggas could have got out of it before they, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna switch it up a little bit, man. So you know the R&B singer Neo. His baby mama put him on blast on live, saying things like, all you do is fuck with strippers, all you do is drink. He was like, calm down. The kids are in the other room, and she like,
why is she speaking?
You don't care about the kids. You don't have pictures of the kids on the wall. She's going live filming and stuff. What's your whole thoughts about how sometimes women, not just women, guys do this shit too, but how society now in this whole internet stage, we try to. We already put a lot of our lives
broadcast the most personal shit.
Yeah, and now we use the quote unquote internet to quote expose a person. Like, what's your whole thoughts of that? Like,
that's a great question, right? Yeah. Because you had a right to expose somebody's if there's bullshit with that person to expose, and they're becoming like a real problem, and you want to show people how irrational this person is, how unreasonable this person is. Like maybe that person is like a narcissist, low key, and you want to expose that this person, especially if you're in some legal situation with them,
okay,
to show, hey, like, Your Honor, look, this bitch is crazy. You see?
The only thing.
So I get that, because it's like, hey, look, Your Honor, this bitch crazy.
Far as exposing some shit,
so that's different.
Like there's a bad business, and you want to let it be known, like, hey, don't fuck with this business because it's a scam. This, that.
This is how this person moves. This is how this organization moves.
But as far as your home, your private life, and everything, I don't think.
Yeah.
You know, you already a celebrity. You already, even people that are around or related to the
celebrities got a weird. Celebrities got a weird. Like, it's like they can't just be normal without a fucking camera around.
Hey, because the camera make them so much money too.
It's like
even the embarrassing moments you can monetize.
That is true, but that makes them like an attention whore. If you do too much of that, you can become.
You know that old saying though,
that's a whore.
Remember the old saying, all publicity is good publicity.
That is true.
You feel what I'm saying? That keeps people talking about you. Because you got to think these days that we just speaking on music. The music does what the music does, but what really, especially like we,
it's like just do a DJ Vlad interview. Just do a Vlad interview. You want to remind people, hey, I'm here.
What can get you to those Vlad or Say Cheese interviews?
True, some scandalous shit,
all that talk,
ratchet shit.
You don't have to be ratchet shit, but just the fact that,
or some misfortune.
It's just gotta keep bringing attention
back and forth.
Whatever attention, something wrong your name. It don't have to be embarrassing. It don't have to be bad, but it's gonna make people catch wind of you some type of way.
Yeah, it's gonna have you look.
And if you smart enough, you can monetize off of it.
Right, people are monetizing and have themselves looking fucking
These
crazy.
motherfuckers get more shows, more like that motherfucker. Crazy. I know you seen that that viral dude that got that clothing brand. The dude that the chicks that was trying to embarrass somebody's clothes, and he's like the So I Ain't Fresh guy. You don't be on the internet, man.
No, I'll be on the internet. I just be on certain sections.
The guy, so he went viral with that quote. So I ain't fresh. He had he dressed like how we did in middle school, early high school.
Is it like one of them TikTok type trends?
It went viral. So
he did it. A bunch of other people did it.
So like he was dressed New Balance collar shirt, this and that.
Oh
jeans,
yeah,
but. In this younger generation, he's dressed his age, but in this younger generation,
right,
they don't really dress like that now. So, he went viral with the whole "So I Ain't Fresh" type thing. But we were speaking on the internet and monetizing the opportunities. The clothing brand LRG reached out to him and did a 50-50 split with the LRG quote. So I ain't fresh. They had a line of clothes coming out through LRG. So it's a bag for him and the clothing brand.
I love to see that.
Yeah,
I love to see that.
So if you
just one quote, like one thing can get trending.
He wasn't trying. It's just the timing. So it just, you feel what I'm saying? And
it seems like most of the stuff that trends
off it.
Most of the stuff that trends nowadays, people don't be trying to make it trendy. It just goes. It just goes. People just pick you.
A side note,
when it's time.
A side note, I went a few years ago working in FedEx. We ain't got to go to the details, but I went viral off Facebook off a little video. But it wasn't me trying or anything. It was really me making that video to save my ass and be like, hey,
right, that was a genuine moment.
Yeah, so but it did what it did. So you just, like we was just saying, you just never know. So I was able to monetize off of that because of all the
lesson in disguise.
So like all attention is good attention, especially when you can make a couple dollars.
Right, you can flip it. Yeah, you can definitely flip that.
That was a $500 check for me. It would have been more. But I got flagged a couple of times because you know when you go on viral and it was a controversial moment,
violence.
And I don't want to say not violence, because
they can take it out.
But you see a young black male, and you see an older white gentleman being a quote unquote, how they say, a Karen.
So it was
and
like
they made that controversial type thing. You see the guy working.
It's racial. It's
it builds that.
Touchy,
it builds that. You feel what I'm saying? So some people would get on the. You got to think this is my personal page, and I can still see everything. And sometimes certain people will say things because I'm not this viral person or known to go viral. So you'll say
that's two birds, one stone.
Yeah, you'll say
you covered your ass and then you flip the attention.
Yeah. But I got flagged a couple of times because they hurt my feelings with a couple comments and stuff like that. And once you get in like this professional monetized mode, even with this YouTube stuff, you got to be advertiser friendly. So when you go to threaten people, like.
Yeah,
I got flagged for telling a person, and they not monitored. They on my page, so they can troll me as much as they want to, and they can say whatever, and they not get in trouble for the most part, unless they, talk about killing me or something like that.
Or you could flag that shit.
But
they say the wrong shit.
By
you
me
can
being
catch
monetized and being in professional mode, I get held to certain more sensitive standards. So I told the guy something simple like, bro, if you ever come near me, I'll punch you in your throat. Something simple like that, and I got flagged. So when they flag you, you're not making money, but the whole time it was going viral still. So it finally unbanned me from that, and I still made a couple of dollars. So
YouTube.
But it was off of Facebook though.
I mean, Facebook. Facebook be on some bullshit too. They be
yeah. Shoot, I done cleaned up my act.
They done like flagged a couple.
I don't post videos of me smoking.
They done flagged me before. I
don't even when I cuss on there, I don't spell out the cuss words.
You know what I got flagged for them times?
What?
Like, because it was considered insensitive along racial and ethnic lines.
Yeah.
People try to say I was like discriminating or being hateful.
Yeah.
But is it really being a hater if it's true? Even if there is a degree at the time of hate involved, maybe.
I don't know.
If it's true, does that make it hate?
I don't know. I ain't never been a hater.
Now, if something is true,
I ain't never hate on shit.
I would say it ain't hating if it's true.
Well, it's delivery as well.
Yeah, the hate was probably in the delivery, but not in like the actual substance.
You know that.
It was in the delivery.
That saying. It's not. It's not what you do.
How you do it.
Yeah, or it's not how you. What you say is how you say it.
I know, and I intentionally.
So you in the back of your head, you know you was how you was saying it. You knew in the back.
I know I was pushing that line.
Yeah, so
I needed to push that line. I got no regrets.
But so it wasn't a surprise to you, really.
Yeah, I thought that shit was funny whenever I get to it. I'm just like, oh, I got somebody in their feelings. Because I only get taken down when I get somebody in their feelings enough to flag it.
Yeah.
Facebook typically on their own is not about to, unless somebody lets them know, like, hey, Facebook or YouTube was whoever, take a look at this comment.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. And then they review it.
So we're going to hit one more topic, man. I want to get your opinion on starting August 1st in Louisiana. There is no quote unquote good time in prison. No parole or probation. Any major crime, you must do every single day of your time.
And this is what?
Here in Louisiana.
So this is like the
beginning of August.
Like the state penitentiaries? Or is this like the
any violent or major crime? Alright, man, like we were saying, man. Alright, beginning August 1st, man. There's no such thing as good time, man. Any major crime, any major thing like that, there's no probation, there's no doing 80%, 60%
no parole,
no more parole, no more none of that.
Damn.
You gotta do every single day of your time. What's your thoughts on that, man? On top of like we was discussing in the last interview about the gun laws that changed.
Right.
Nah, they didn't change this. What's your whole thoughts on this, on the new law?
I would say, like, you know what brings to mind is how because you know in the feds you got to do at least 85% of the sentence behind bars.
Yeah. I think that means with the feds too, because you're talking about major crimes. Motherfuckers in feds did major crimes too. You feel what I'm saying?
Right, but that's like at the federal level. You talking about like at the state, like
I don't want to sit here and be like it is state and federal, but I do know state for sure.
Because I thought what you were referring to was just like Louisiana, like
it is level. Louisiana.
Because feds is something
I know for sure state.
Yeah, so that's why I'm just
I don't want you to quote me.
What surprised me is I'm like, that's harsher than the fucking feds. I thought that was interesting.
What you think? Okay, so because
they like no,
it'll encourage motherfuckers not to be catching these charges like a motherfucker.
That is true.
You feel what I'm saying? Because when a motherfucker say you got 20 years, your ass really got 20 years. Now. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Or whatever. Or not this to that or this to that. Nah, you got this. You feel what I'm saying? And you're not getting let out earlier than this. So, you know. So what you think Louisiana's trying to do? Like, because, okay, you done already
major crimes, violent.
Allowing civilians to easily carry more accessible. And now crimes, people that do major crimes, you got to do all your time. Louisiana changing some things, man.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that works. That works.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, it's fine.
You're not into the criminal thing,
right? But here's what I would say:
like it affects your life or the stuff.
I feel iffy about it because it's just like it's cool, but it's
into the criminal thing.
I mean, it's cool that they're doing this, but they need to make sure they consistently lock up the right fucking person. How about they need to make sure that, and they need to maybe rethink like the sentencing ranges, for the different crimes. They may want to make sure that that's reasonable.
Well,
first, because what if like the shit is like ridiculous?
How about you just don't do no crimes?
I mean that too.
I was just saying, that
can help. But that's true. But
it's not always that simple for everybody.
But this Baton Rouge, so that shit.
Yeah, that's why I say that. But it's ways around not getting jammed up like that in crimes.
I bet it just don't get caught. I mean,
that's more complicated though. Not getting.
I guess they better. They better either get legal or get smart. I don't know.
Yeah, get smart. That's better.
Preferably, you can get legal.
Get legal. As
preferably get
smart.
Legal.
Yeah,
and smart.
I feel like
preferably legal and smart.
Yeah,
but
because being legal is smart, and by being legal, it'll make you smart. Because
that's true. Legal.
Why would I pay all this money to this lawyer to help me out in this jail, and I keep doing shit on purpose?
I don't know. Like it's like niggas keep running off the same cliff they just saw somebody else run off of. No, it ain't gonna happen to me. I'm standing next to the cliff. I ain't running off of it. I ain't gonna go off this cliff.
All right. So last thing, man. So like I like to end off the interviews, man. All right. Is there anything for the youth? Any game? Any quote? Any last little statements that you would like to leave out there for the youth, man?
Let's see. Well, I'm trying to think of something that would be insightful that isn't like too cliche. I would probably tell them that a lot of this stuff that's so trendy now, that's associated with criminal activities and these fast lifestyles, but really even the fast lifestyles on the legal side, like that celebrity balling out shit, people trying to follow that on social media. In a couple of years, you're gonna look back and like kind of feel stupid that you felt like you had to like follow that shit or pretend to be that shit. Years from now, you're gonna realize how miserable probably most of them people really is. All that fancy stuff that you see on social media, that shit, that ain't. I don't believe that's really it. I don't believe most of them people are really happy on a deep level. It's a surface level, like come and go type of happiness. It's not fulfillment. It's not fulfillment. They trying to make you feel like you ain't shit because you don't have that, or that you got to try to be like that. Most of the stuff be fake. Most of them people miserable, and even the people who really got it, you got to stop and ask yourself, this person who has a lot more than I do, how did they get it? How did they really get it? Especially in light of what's coming out nowadays, that Diddy shit.
I was just
how did they really get it?
To it.
How did they really get it?
I'm gonna say that they went.
It's like, okay, yeah, you might not be the richest, but it's like, okay, you still do well, and you can keep, but you can still do well and keep your, integrity.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's that.
Yeah, man.
Especially as a man, like, yeah. So think about that. How did they get that money, or how did they, to show stuff off on social media like that? If it is real,
Hey, if you ever tired of the CEOs dancing in all your videos, let me chill out.
If you're tired of CEOs making you go to the parties.